The last time we saw the New England Patriots, they were getting stomped in the Super Bowl by Seattle after what had been a remarkable turnaround season for Mike Vrabel and company. Remember, New England went 4-13 in 2023. They went 4-13 in 2024, and then last year they went 14-3 and went to the Super Bowl. So a pretty significant turnaround to the tune of 10 more wins in 2025 they had in 24. They're not going to win 10 more games than last year this year because they can't. They won 14 games last year. There's no 24 games on an NFL schedule. What do we expect from New England in 2026? Let's talk about it. Teddy covers WagerTalk.com with an NFL team preview. We'll be doing these all throughout August, so be sure to subscribe. And, of course, we appreciate the likes and the comments below. Tell us what you think about the Pats. But for me, everything starts with the futures that I'm going to look at. And when it comes to winning the conference, winning the Super Bowl, you're not going to get that on this video. You're not going to get that in my world because the odds aren't right. We would be interested in season wins, and the New England Patriots lined pretty much 10.5 wins is the at most locations we're seeing for New England. There is some variance in that regard, but 10.5, the prevailing number. You can find 9.5 juiced. 9.5 juice to the over at minus 150 or so. You can find 10.5 with a little bit of plus money for New England. Both widely available right now. One of the beauties of the modern betting marketplace is that you can find alternate lines. You can find a 9.5, you can find a 10.5, and they're both widely available. And obviously, you can find more than that. But let's call Patriots 10.5 juice to the under or 9.5 juice to the over, whichever way you like it. To win the division, New England, the second choice. After Buffalo, I'm seeing the Patriots in the plus 125 range to win the AFC East. Now, New England has had, I'm not going to say off-season turmoil, but certainly the Mike Vrabel incident. Not the kind of headlines you want to get in the offseason. And obviously, teams coming off a remarkable 10-win improvement one year, there are likely to be some regression the following year. And that's perfectly understandable, and it's most assuredly factored into the price for New England in 2026. Patriots, a team that, they can win 4 less games than they did last year in the regular season and still cash over 9.5 bets, or 3 less games and still cash over 10.5 bets. So the marketplace not expecting New England to do what they did a year ago. And certainly from a schedule standpoint, last year, New England had the easiest schedule, not just in the NFL. They had one of the easiest schedules in modern NFL history, one of the easiest schedules of the 21st century. Things broke right for them schedule-wise. This year, as the defending AFC champs, as the defending first-place team, guess what? It's a little bit tougher. The AFC East will play the NFC North and the AFC West as their 2 divisions this year. Both those are tough divisions. You can argue they're the two of the toughest divisions in football. Really, NFC North, AFC West. There are 3 extra games, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, all tough. And by the way, they all come the first 3 weeks of the season, including their road opener at the Seahawks in a rematch of the Super Bowl. And they play the Jets twice, they play the Dolphins twice, they have the Raiders. Every other game they play this year is lined against a team that's supposed to be 500 or better. So from a scheduling standpoint, unless New England gets lucky and a bunch of the teams they face end up stinking or getting riddled with injuries, their schedule this year will be considerably tougher than it was a year ago. The Patriots did not sign any of their own free agents. They signed, Chason left, Hawkins left, Diggs left, a couple of big losses on the defensive side. But they did obviously add A.J. Brown from Philadelphia, Romeo Doubs in Green Bay. They've revitalized their receiving core. A pair of new weapons for Drake Maye and company, and other additions, Elijah Vera Tucker at the offensive guard position. He's a good add. Kevin Byard at safety, Draymond Jones at defensive end. There's positive things. And, of course, Vrabel returns despite the controversy, the offseason issues. Josh McDaniels returns on the offensive side as the offensive coordinator. And Terrell Williams is back. He had cancer treatments, actually missed most of the postseason last year, but he's back as a defense coordinator for New England. So there is continuity in the coaching staff, even with Vrabel having some issues. Before I start talking about personnel, offensive defense side of the football, I do want to let you know about a couple of things right here, right now. First is the NFL season win report. I've been doing these since 2001. And the reason I do them every year is because they keep winning. Last year, they did not win. But the long-term track record, let me just pull it up real quick for the NFL season win report. Long-term track record, 105-56. That's 65% winners. That's over the last 25 years. First report came in 2001. I've been doing it every year since that time. So 65% over a 25-year sample size. The big ticket, 17-5, 77%, with the 5% big ticket releases with the win report. And oh, by the way, this year's win report comes out last day of July. Don't miss it. It's $1.99, but don't buy the win report. You can get it for free if you get my full season NFL package. That's $5.99. And that is every play from week 1 of the preseason through the Super Bowl, including the prop report for the Super Bowl. And that includes the season win report. There is nothing more to buy. There is no bait and switch. It's a value price package. And if you want to get on board, you want the win report, great. It's $1.99. You want the full season, it's $5.99. Check it out, wagertalk.com. My homepage, wt.buzz/TC. This is not something that I take lightly. It's something that I work on all summer long. Spent the last 6 weeks crunching NFL, and I'm excited about this year's report. Again, check it out at wagertalk.com. This is the website, or my homepage, wt.buzz/TC. In addition, real simple, guys. Makes a huge difference for us when you like these videos, when you follow, when you subscribe. Thank you for your support. Check out the website. Give us some love. We appreciate it very much. I'll be doing team previews throughout the month of August, and obviously here in late July. So let's talk about New England from a personnel standpoint. Drake Maye, boy, he was pretty good last year in his second year in the league. Number 1 in the NFL in completion percentage at 72%. New England had some amazing stats last year from an offensive standpoint. Number 1 in the NFL, 8.5 yards per pass attempt last year. They were tied for number 4 in yards per pass attempt allowed a season ago. Elite pass defense. Drake Maye, number 1 QBR in the entire league in his second season in the NFL. Too good? Maybe. And of course, I talked about the number 1 easiest schedule last year. That had a lot to do with New England's statistical dominance. They really were a team that got things worked in their favor, schedule-wise. Absolutely. Now, we talk about 8.5 yards per pass attempt last year, number 1 in the NFL. There's only one way for that to go, and that's down. All right. Maye, against a tougher defense, or the tougher defense than the ones he faced last year, we cannot expect that level of success, even with better weapons at receiver, even with Brown and Dobbs at receiver, even with an upgraded offensive line, with Vera Tucker joining the mix. And frankly, they needed some offensive line help. Maye last year, he set an NFL record, sacked 21 times in the postseason. The offensive line was not good for most of that Super Bowl run. They got lucky in Denver, but the Broncos were without their QB, and obviously the Super Bowl didn't work out all that well for them. But it's certainly, when we talk about Drake Maye and the New England Patriots, obviously we have to expect regression. We have to expect this team to come back to earth. That being said, they have 5 offensive linemen back, along with Vera Tucker. The defensive line is still very much an area of strength. The secondary returns everybody. 3 elite cornerbacks for New England. They can guard the slot. I mean, that's when you talk about what matters, the position groups that matter the most. I spent a lot of time looking at the guys in the secondary, and the teams with elite secondary, the teams that can stop the pass. They're worth something. It's worth a lot to have a secondary that can make plays. New England has that. So they have a pass rush and a secondary that can make plays. Both of them highly positive attributes for a team, even off a Super Bowl loss, even off with a QB that's not likely to repeat the tremendous success that he had a year ago. One other thing worth noting here is how healthy New England was last year. They really were a very healthy team, and we know how injuries can strike in the NFL. They can make a good team look bad pretty quick. Just ask Chiefs backers from a year ago. Bottom line for me, I expect regression from the Patriots. I'm not looking at New England as an over team. If I'm going to bet the Patriots season win total, I'll look at 10.5, and I'll bet that under the number. Nothing against New England. I don't think they'll be able to match what they did a year ago. And the curse of the Super Bowl loser, it's real. Thank you so much for watching Wager Talk TV. Best of luck with all your bets this season, and stay tuned right here on this channel for more NFL team previews. We're doing them every day And you can get them by subscribing to our channel. We appreciate it. Best of luck. Have a great day.